Hi, and welcome to the A Quilting Life podcast. I'm Chelsea from Chelsea Stratton Designs.
And I'm Sherri McConnell from A Quilting Life.
And today is July 24th, and we have a very special episode for you. As you can see, you have probably seen the fabric video we've already released, but we're excited to share everything in a podcast setting as well, with a lot of fun stories and details about our newest collection, Strawberry Lemonade.
Right. Yeah. And I feel like in the video we were, concentrating on showing you the fabrics and the prints. And today we get to talk about everything else, all of the inspiration, the process, our fun photo shoot, and lots more.
All the drama after the photo shoot.
Yeah. Yeah. It was an exciting day, to say the least.
But
wow.
I love it, Mom. We're like totally in sync today.
Yes.
Well, I was just going to say, Mom has the quilts today, but first you are probably going to do an ad read really quick before your quilts.
Yeah, we're going to mention Cozy Earth once again. We are grateful for their sponsorship. We love their products and want to mention they've had some really fun new colors and products show up this summer. So be sure to stop by cozyearth.com where you can get 35% off of anything site-wide using the code A Quilting Life. And just as a reminder, they have wonderful products made from viscose from bamboo, sheets, towels, loungewear. There are a lot of great products. So yeah, I have to start out with mentioning them. But next, we are going to talk about, my quilts. So, yeah. So, on the wall is Montage, and I'm super excited about this for a couple of reasons. Well, for one thing, I have had this vintage block in my list for quite a while, and was really excited to put it together. There are two different sizes in this pattern. There is an 80 by 80, which we have on the wall, and there also a 60.5 by 78 inch version.
Look at you.
So it's a fat eighth quilt, and I was so excited that I got this to work with fat eighths, because when I first started looking at it, I thought, oh, it's going to have to be a fat quarter quilt, and then there's going to be all this leftover, but I figured it out. I messed up my first block, and then I didn't have enough, but then I figured it out, and there are cutting diagrams in the pattern. So really excited. So you won't do what I did and cut something the wrong way but yeah.
That's why we do this, you guys. Trial and error so we can make it easier.
Yeah. Just really, really love this. And Miriam Bott did the all over quilting on this one.
One of my favorite pantos.
I love that
panto.
Good. Yes. Yeah, really excited. And then on the table, I have Vintage 2, and there's a really fun story about this one too. One of my very early patterns was called Vintage, and I made it in some very dark fabrics with a linen background, and I had Val quilt it. It was one of the first things that I think she quilted for me when I first started doing patterns. But I've always wanted to redo this and make a few changes. And so that's why it's called Vintage 2, because I did make some changes from the original pattern. But this is also a fat eighth quilt. It's 62.5 inches by 75.5 inches. And it was really fun because I had Val quilt this one too. So she quilted the original and also this one. So yeah, and we both have lots more quilts to show you. We'll be sharing those on upcoming videos.
Yeah.
So
can I make a couple comments?
Oh, yeah.
So I talk about this all the time. Mom she always has borders, bright, colorful borders. I think I'm getting better at doing bright, colorful borders. It has always kind of scared me. But we have, again, another great round of low volumes. And I love that I would have gone for the tone on tone sashing, and you do such a great job. She did a tiny floral print for the sashing on this. And then the Vintage 2, right?
Yeah.
I did. That's the first thing I noticed was Val's custom quilting on this. Very, very cute. And again, just you went with a colorful sashing on the gingham. I just thought that was so pretty.
Yeah. I actually changed a lot of things about this quilt while I was
Really?
sewing it. I had to send Moda a new image for the catalog and everything because I kept thinking about
Adapting to
different
how it
things.
was. Yeah.
To where I could use the fabrics better.
Oh, because I do see that you have all the different low volumes as backgrounds in this as well.
Yeah, because I really wanted to use all of the fat eighths in the
Yeah.
bundle. So
Something the viewers can't see right now, which Mom will show in her video, is this quilt actually has a larger border than I like that.
I did put a larger border on
It's
this.
very much,
Yes.
yeah, a lot larger. Just to make the quilt bigger, would you say, talking about borders, to make it bigger? Is that your thought process?
Well, I think back when I started doing patterns, I put larger borders.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of following my original pattern, except for the things that I changed. And so I did use the same border size from the original pattern.
Yeah.
But one thing about this one that you can't see, that we will have Billy pop up a picture. We have a 60-inch wide hexagon cheater print.
Oh my goodness, you guys.
And I used it for the backing for this quilt. So we will pop up a picture of that.
You guys, it is the best.
So much fun.
It's our first cheater print, right?
Yeah,
Cheater cloth.
Yeah.
And it actually was Mom's idea. And she said, I think this needs to be in the collection. We're going to have to pop up a picture because I'm shocked we don't have it on the table. And I was like, I don't have time to design this. And it was like right around Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, and it was right around the deadline. And I was like, no, we have to put this in. We have to put this in. And I mocked it up in EQ so I could try to show everybody what I was thinking. And then Moda loved it.
Yeah.
But then you had to do a lot of work.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't use the EQ file. I tried to use it and put it into Illustrator and see if I could just take the shortcut road and do it. So it would do, and it was not happening. I had to start from scratch with my hexagons and, make sure everything was lined up and adding the prints in there. And just Moda was really great working with me on that specifically and kind of stretched my limits a little bit. But I'm always grateful as well if you're like into designing and stuff, because I learned a lot from doing that cheater cloth print. So it was really, sorry, that was a tangent, but
no,
it's
I mean, that's
super
what we're
cute.
here to talk
that's what we're
about
here
today.
to do. It's really pretty though, and it's in the catalog too. But
a couple other things on that real quick, just in case, so we don't forget when we talk about it maybe later. But it is not included in the bundle.
No.
You have to get it separately. And the other thing is that I discovered when I was working on one of my other quilts is that the hexagons, you can fussy cut them and they make a perfect 5-inch charm square.
Stop it.
And when you sew it into, it's actually in the quilt right above Chelsi's head. I don't know if that shows, but that entire hexagon shows. Yes. So
what
yeah,
is happening? I
That
did not
shows.
even know
this was
you
not
did
even
that.
intentional, but you can substitute those fussy cut hexagons in that cheater print for charm
How many
squares.
did you add?
I added several in that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even know, because I saw your pattern cover and I didn't see that in it.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if it showed up on the cover or not.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Genius.
Really excited about that print.
You should do a video about that.
Well, I'm going to talk about it in the video for that
the
quilt.
thing.
In fact, that quilt video might have already aired.
Okay, you guys.
Yeah.
I was unaware that Mom was out here figuring things out and,
Oh,
I had no idea. I love your brain, though, because you're like, you want to know what? I bet you I could get a charm square perfectly out of that.
Well, it was, we didn't intend that, but it was a happy find.
Happenstance.
Happy find, yeah.
That's awesome.
So could you explain to me what a cheater, what is it called again?
Cloth.
Yeah.
What exactly
So do
is
you
that?
want to hear a funny story first? I am going to embarrass myself, as I usually do. And when we were conversing with Moda, they sent back an email after it was all designed and I had sent the files, and they said, awesome, everything is looking great. We're going to get this sent off so we can start getting this printed. And, the cheater is looking wonderful. And I
so
called my mom and I was like, did I do something wrong? why are they calling this a cheater? Like, what is happening? And I was like, and she goes, Chelsea, it's called a cheater cloth. And would you explain why now?
Yes.
Because I was
So you
unaware
didn't
of
know
this
either.
I didn't know the term
Yeah.
at all.
So that means there's probably listeners that don't know the term
Yes.
either. Okay.
So why is it called a cheater cloth?
Because it looks like somebody
That
made
pieced
hexagons and pieced those and added them into the quilt, but they're
instead-
just printed.
Yeah.
So anything that is like that looks like something different than what it actually is a cheater print.
And I was unaware.
It saves you a lot of time because
Yeah.
you can get the look of hexagons without making them.
And-
They're just printed on the fabric and
Yeah.
not sewn into or onto the fabric.
Yeah, but it gives that image.
Right.
So I had actually called and talked to Vanessa and told her that story, and she was dying laughing because she has a cheater cloth print in her new collection in the catalog, and it's
Right.
adorable. It's red, white, and blue themed, whatever.
Yeah.
And so she was having a laugh about it too. She's like, that's what they call it.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
So it's similar to a panel then, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at Billy.
But it's a
being like,
it's a
hey.
full 60-inch wide yardage. So
Okay. And it's all designs, not
right.
words or anything.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it's this.
Yes. Pull here.
Yep, that shows.
Does that
okay, so
show?
that's all
Yeah.
from the cheater cloth.
That's all from that. Yeah.
I
and
see.
and that was the other thing too. When I requested yardage for my backings, I had forgotten about this. And then they sent us some of this, and it was enough to do the backing on this quilt. And so I thought, I have to show what a great backing it makes.
It's so pretty, you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes
just,
sense.
Just love it.
And what's really cool is some prints that are on this aren't in the collection. Some of those
Exactly.
are like
This
different.
one.
Yeah. So if you wanted to add something unique, you would do like the little 5-inch charm square that because it's a different.
This one's not in there
yeah,
either.
this one's not in there.
Yeah.
This one's not in there.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when Chelsea did all the design work on this, we hadn't yet
Finalized.
narrowed the strike offs.
Yeah.
Right.
They weren't finalized.
Right. So yeah. So some of them ended up on the back there.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
I love it.
Okay.
Okay.
So where are we
Wait.
going to start? Because there's so much to talk about with
Well,
this.
I really need Billy to talk about what I see on
Oh.
the
well,
thing because my husband was with him. Is that okay if we
Well,
if you
let's-
share this now?
Yeah.
Or
well,
no?
well, why don't you first? We got to talk about your sew along.
Oh yes.
Oh, and
Okay.
also my
Yeah.
anniversary. Okay. Yeah. We're going to back up here
Yeah.
and
Do you
talk
like how we're like so excited about? I'm not even gonna say it.
I know
'cause
you
it's
guys
very
are excited to talk about the fabric, so
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah.
do a couple other things, then we'll jump into it.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Perfect.
You do your stuff first, and I'll tell everyone my quick story. And we'll move
Okay.
on.
So the last podcast episode that aired, I talked about doing the Regal Pines sew along using Favorite Things fabric. That is still happening. And right now, it starts July 29th. It'll be an introductory video. It's a Saturday, is July 29th. And all the videos will be released on Saturdays after that until we finish it. I don't know exactly how many videos we're doing. And you may have already seen, I've gotten a lot of emails about kits for it. I do have fabrics that showed up finally in Favorite Things from Moda. So they'll probably already have been listed once this video airs. But yes, Regal Pines, the sew along using Favorite Things Christmas fabrics. The first video is July 29th on a Saturday. And we'll go from there. So that will have all the info for people who are asking. So that's actually this coming Saturday from when this video airs.
And that's a jelly roll in a charm pack, right?
Jelly roll in a charm pack.
I saved a jelly roll in a charm pack so
Are you
I can
gonna
make
do it?
Yes, I have to make it.
Oh my goodness.
So cute.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
excited about it. It'll be fun.
And then we also have another podcast episode a week from today. So if there's any additional information
We'll
that's
share
not
it.
Right,
in that video on Saturday, then it'll all be sorted out by
Yeah.
then.
right. Yes. Okay, and I wanted to just take a quick minute. Billy has this really exciting thing to share, but I just wanted to take a quick minute. just recently celebrated my 15-year anniversary on the blog. And I guess, thank you.
Don't you feel so awkward?
I usually write on it, keeping track of it. And somehow this year we were so busy, and it was a couple days later and I realized, wow, it passed. And so I wrote a blog post about it and shared some things I really hadn't shared in a blog post about it before. And I thought it would be fabulous to do a giveaway, which I did. Fat Quarter Shop was incredible. They provided 3 $150 gift certificates, and did that all through the blog and shared it on Instagram and with my email readers. And I just wanted to say, if you are someone who left a comment, I asked everyone to write about their favorite part of the quilting process. And it was so much fun to read that. And also, I did read every single comment, even though there was no way I could reply to them all. But there were a lot of people that mentioned classes they had taken from me over the years, or people who said they'd been following along for a decade or for 5 years, or people who said I just started following. But I really, really enjoyed reading all those comments, and just wanted to thank everyone for all of those kind words, because there was just no way to email everybody back. So
that's a long time.
Yeah.
15 years.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
July 1st, 2008. So,
I mean,
yeah.
that's what started everything with the blog, and then getting into pattern design, fabric design.
This is bringing back memories.
YouTube videos, podcast. It all starts with the blog.
That was a year before I graduated.
Yes.
There was lots of sewing going on in that adjacent bedroom, okay?
Yes. Yes. So anyway, thank you to everyone.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And then I was going to say, off of that giveaway though, something that my mom and I have talked about, because our previous giveaways on YouTube, and it's happening with a lot of other channels. I've seen like big channels, like golf channels I follow and everything, with over 1 million subscribers. They're having problems with that whole spam.
Yeah.
People are just getting, I don't know what it is. It's not just us. It's a lot of places. So from now on, our future giveaways, we're probably just going to have to do it through my mom's blog in the future, just to give everyone sort of a heads up. It just makes it easier to deal with the spam.
Yes, because there was not one spam issue and there were over 1,400 comments, and not a single spam got through. So yeah, that's how we're going to have to. We want to have giveaways that just with YouTube, it was just a nightmare. So we're just going to have to, if in the future, the comments will just all have to go on the blog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now Billy has some exciting news. There was kind of a little family golf day yesterday. And so my husband, Billy and Chelsi's dad, and younger brother and Chelsi's husband and Billy were all able to
go golf
together in the incredible heat. But I hear they had lots of trees and shade and a little bit of a breeze, but something really exciting happened.
Yeah. Okay. So for those of you that are, maybe some of you don't care at all about golf, so I'll try to keep it short and sweet. But it was exciting.
We want to celebrate you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And it was with both of your husbands, my dad and my brother. So it was a family affair. But long story short, I got my first ever hole-in-one. So I'll even give myself a thank you.
It's honestly wild. It's what are the odds of that, you said?
So maybe there are some people that do know a little bit about golf, play golf, maybe your husband's golf, sons, family members, whatever.
Or the quilters can golf too.
I said that first. Maybe you are a golfer as you listen. But I didn't just get a hole-in-one on a par 3. It was actually a par 4. And that's even more rare. It's called an albatross, or some people call it a double eagle. And I hit a good shot. I won't lie about that. But there's always got to be a little luck in getting a hole-in-one on a par 4. They say the odds of that are about 1 in 6 million.
Wow.
So I'm very
crazy.
lucky, and I was very excited. And honestly, it was a golf course in Las Vegas that my brother had never played before. And me and my dad had played it many times. I think Mason, Chelsi's husband, had said he'd played it one time previously. But it's one of my favorite courses, and we wanted my brother to play while he was down here visiting. So we went, and the hole that we pull up on is a short par 4, so it's not extremely long. It's obviously possible to do it, but it's a little over 300 yards to the middle of the green. And my brother came up and asked me, so is this reachable? And I said, yeah, it actually is. I've done it a couple times, especially if the wind is helping, moving in the right direction, which it was yesterday. And so, and I don't always hit a driver and try to go all the way to the green. A lot of times I'll hit a shorter club and just try to get there in 2 shots. But I asked my brother, I said, are you going to go for it? And he said, yeah. So I said, okay, well, if you're going for it, then I guess I will too. I really wasn't thinking about
Healthy
it yesterday.
competition.
And so because we had to wait anyway for the people to move from the green. So I was like, all right, well, if we're waiting, then I'll do it. I wasn't hitting my driver all that great. And so anyway, he goes, your husband goes, he didn't hit a driver. And then I step up and hit a shot, and it felt really good. And my brother said, I think that's on the green. And I was just watching it, and then I saw it land on the green, and then it disappeared. And Chelsi's husband, I think he was the first one that said, I think that went in. And I did not want to get my hopes up, because I thought I had a couple hole-in-ones earlier in my life on par 3s and everything, and it ended up not being the case. It had just run through the green and onto the back bunker or whatever. So I was really trying not to get my hopes up, but I thought I saw it disappear too. And long story short, we get up there. I checked the bunker first. I didn't want to go to the hole first. I checked the back bunker first. There was no ball there. My heart started pounding. And sure enough, the ball was in the hole. So I got my first ever hole-in-one, and it was on a par 4. And I'm sure that will never happen again in my life. But,
Hey.
But it happened.
It did.
July 10th, 2023.
We must document
Yes.
the historical moment.
I'm still I can't really fully grasp that it happened, but it did. So
Yeah.
Oh my
love that.
goodness.
so thank you. Yeah, I was like, I'll
Congratulations.
talk about it on the podcast. Maybe some of you will skip over that, but if any of you know how rare of a thing that is, I'm pretty excited still. So thank you for letting me have some time to tell my story.
Okay, back to, and I just realized we haven't even said the name, Strawberry Lemonade.
I did at the very beginning.
She
Oh,
said
you
at the very
did?
Yeah,
beginning.
I
Oh, good. Okay, I missed that.
Oh,
Good.
and real quick though, as I thought, people did guess the name.
They did?
Oh yeah, immediately. The next day after the last
they
podcast
put the comments in?
aired,
Yeah.
they said, I can't wait to, I remember seeing someone comment the day it released.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see what Strawberry Lemonade
So
looks like.
yesterday's
Oh, yeah.
from, okay.
Yeah, so
That's
they figured
amazing.
it out from your Easter eggs you guys dropped.
Yeah.
And remember
We
the last
can't
podcast?
Yeah.
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 You kept saying lemonade, and then
That's right.
then
We
Mom
said
was
it
like,
twice.
and then
And then Billy was editing the video, and he said, "Should I take it out?" And I was like, "No, just leave it in."
yeah,
Leave
so
it
I left
in.
all the Easter eggs.
Yeah.
I like the Easter eggs.
Yes.
That's so crazy.
Okay. Well, I'm going to just say a little bit and then let Chelsi do more of the. But I
Say as
feel
much as
like
you want.
when we started talking about this collection, we were kind of looking at coming up with a sister collection to Summer Sweet.
Yes.
Was kind of the springboard jumping off point. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, we wanted,
Yeah.
there were a couple of colors we wanted to bring back from certain collections.
Right.
And 2 mainly were the orange from Summer Sweet, which was
Right.
also a color in Simply Delightful. And
Right.
we haven't had the citrine in a while.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
played around with it.
Yeah. I feel like that was just kind of the jumping off point. And then also I remember talking to you about the gingham on point so that you could do binding with it without having to cut it on the bias.
Yes, she wanted to do the gingham on point.
Yeah.
And you'll remember that we had a gingham in Balboa, actually. Seashore Drive. Seashore Drive.
Which I love, but you did have to cut it on the bias
Yeah.
to get this effect. Yeah.
Yeah, there was all of these different things that came into play, and
Right.
just I remember we talked about the colors, and then I got my Bella board out, and it was so fun.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want a teal. It was really a combination of like summer sweet vibe, kind of just, yeah.
And I just love the florals that you did for this one. And I just think they're so happy and so,
This,
quintessentially your artwork.
Thank
It's just,
you.
yeah, I love it.
I feel like I took a lot of care with this collection was something I noticed. Not that I don't with each collection, but the details in this have really stood out to me. And it just turned out really, really great and has that kind of like florally, happy, bubbly vibe. And our large floral is so fun. It has strawberries in it.
Yes,
It's so cute.
I'm looking at a little strawberry right here.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. This is the quintessential spring, happy summer collection. And
Very vibrant.
Yes. Yeah.
And lots of color, but just a lot of different colors that we have absolutely not paired together before. We have loved this. One thing was telling to me, sewing with it I told my mom, I said, it just makes me so happy to sew with it. And I can't like stop. It has been so much fun. As you can tell, Mom has plenty of side projects that she's done with it because there's just tons of things we want to do with it.
Yeah. Well, I just feel like the more I do sew with it, the more fun color combinations I come up with. Things that I wouldn't have even thought I was going to put together.
Yeah.
I put them together and I love them.
Yeah.
But we finalized this collection last fall, and then I believe it was in December that we found out that we were going to be on the cover of the Moda catalog.
I'll hold this up, but I'll take a picture.
Yeah.
This is the catalog. I just got my copies in the mail. Others probably have the copies. And look at that image on the back. It's so pretty. I'll have pictures for you as well.
Yeah, we have a picture I can give Billy. He can pop up both of those images. So, so we were really excited. So we found that out in December.
Yeah.
And we both started designing. We had lots of time to think about this.
Yeah.
And we actually scheduled the photo shoot. And that was the thing, too. We wanted to wait for some of the fabric to get here to do the photo shoot. But we had strike-offs. And so as soon as the strike-offs came, I started sewing because I thought we wanted to have little props for the pictures. And so I have, on the table here, I did my free orange peel pillow. Mm-hmm. I did the Moda Love quilt.
Love. Oh my goodness.
You see on the cover image. I was able to make that from the strike-offs. I was able to make a couple little table toppers, and then I did this pillow, and this is actually going to be a free pattern available from your quilt shops. Mm-hmm. And I just have to show the back, though. Well, in the pattern, you can either do it as a pillow or a little table topper. But we did not have yardage, and I needed to make the pillow back. So I did a scrappy pillow back.
It's so cute.
And I actually really love it.
I love it. I love it.
Why don't I do this more often?
Why not?
So, yeah, strike-offs, for those of you who don't know, are about the size of a fat quarter if you're lucky. And some of them are a little bigger and some of them are a little smaller. But we utilized every single strike-off there was. And then the fabric came and we did the photo shoot.
Yeah, it was barely there in time. We were kind of working with our photographer, and I want to put her on here, McKindy Photos, and she has done our family photos.
Yes.
She's a young mom, and I just want to shout her out because she shot the cover.
Yeah.
And other images as well that you'll probably see on social media. And so it's her family that I'm close with her family too. And she was really trying to make this work
with her busy schedule.
I think her
husband took the day off work, right?
Yes, her husband
stay
took
with
the
the
day
kids
off work.
so she could do the photo shoot.
Family was gone. She had her kids, and she was like, "We're gonna do this," and we got the whole living room set up, and she came, and it was awesome, and she did a wonderful job, and So we are grateful for her because she made it work. And it was kind of the night before we were like, okay, tomorrow, 10 a.m. Like, let's do it.
Yeah. And our local flower shop really came through.
Oh.
I wanted flowers on the table, and I took them some of the fabric, and the owner of the flower shop, her husband.
Yeah.
Right?
Let me tell the story.
Yeah, tell this.
So I'm also, the flower shop, it's called The Front Porch, and the owner, Charlene, is wonderful. We've known her for years, and we wanted floral arrangements in the photo.
Right.
Well, Mom did bring fabric strips from the strike-offs down to the shop.
Yeah.
And one of the arrangements, when I got there to pick it up, I thought, whoa, that teal is like the exact teal in our collection. And she goes, Chelsi, Ryan stayed up and mixed paint colors until he got the right color. And he actually painted flowers.
Yeah, they were gorgeous.
Hand painted them so that he could get the right color. So they went above and beyond. So I'm going to shout out The Front Porch, Charlene, them getting the arrangements to us for this photo shoot. That almost makes me so happy that it was people from our community
that really
helped make this the best that it could be.
Yeah.
So, and each of these 3 people are creatives. Mom made all of these projects. Quilting, sewing. We had a local photographer. Then you have these are local business owners. And so that I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
That was part of it. So,
and your dad moved all the furniture.
And my dad moved all the furniture, but no,
we took couches from one room into another room and took paintings off the wall to hang up the Moda Love quilt.
Yeah, because our photographer, McKindy, was like, I really want to know what I'm shooting. And so I had sent her pictures. We're going to use this couch, these pillows. This is what's going to be in it. And she was like, so she could get a visual of it. And Billy was gone, and she asked for his studio lights, and we were rummaging through. Hopefully we didn't break anything. We were rummaging through the closets trying to get his studio lights out, and it just ended up being awesome.
I could tell they were moved. Nothing was broken. Everything was fine. But I could definitely tell they were moved around. These cords aren't where I left them.
Yeah. It all worked out. We had a beautiful sunshiny day when we did the photos.
The day before, it was cloudy and rained.
Right.
Yeah.
But then, just a little side note, a lot of you know about Chelsi's kidney stones. Well, the first attack hit her the evening of this photo shoot after we had finished.
Yeah.
And we just kept saying, what if that had hit before we did this photo shoot?
So this is literally how crazy this whole thing is not I don't want to keep bringing up the kidney stones, but it was crazy.
This will be the last time.
This will be the last time you guys hear about this. But we did because we thought about doing it the next day.
Right.
It depended on when her husband could watch the kids.
Right.
And so the fact that she was like, no, we're going to end up doing it a day earlier. So we do the photos. I was totally fine.
Right.
And that night was when my husband took me to the ER for the kidney stones.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Guys, it was all meant to be.
We're very grateful.
We're very grateful. So that's just a little backstory.
Yeah.
And I made the catalog too.
Billy made the catalog. Let me tell you.
There's a fun article about us in the beginning of the catalog, and
not just Billy, but
Billy's dog is in the catalog.
Yeah,
yes,
dogs.
The
Me and
first
Jack.
thing,
we'll put a link to that so they can read it to the online catalog. You can read it online.
So my husband is very a private person. He's okay with this. Because I know I'll get a comment that's like, you should have never put that in there. But he did say, he's like, my picture's in here because my family is in there.
Know?
He didn't. I thought I had told him. He's totally fine with it. He was like, that's fine, but that makes me feel weird. And I was like, yeah. So he's totally fine with it, but it was funny because he wanted to read the article. He got home yesterday and was like, oh, so cool. And
I should have mentioned that to him yesterday. Hey, so I guess we're in the Moda fabric catalog. I didn't even think about that.
You
should have.
That's funny.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But Moda did a really, really great job also putting the catalog together, and the spread is nice. And we're very grateful and excited that they gave us that opportunity. Yeah. Very excited.
Very honored.
Yeah, that's something very cool that I think Moda does, is feature their designers. And
yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have a favorite print?
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I would say the prints that I go to the most is the triple floral.
Okay.
And the large floral.
The large, yeah.
Yeah.
I love the large floral with the aqua background.
Oh, yeah. That I use a lot.
I have used a lot of that, so.
But I use this triple floral a lot. I'm going to have to post pictures so people know.
Yeah.
That one I use a ton.
Yeah.
So.
And all the the low volumes are, we say this every time, but they're so good in this collection.
Whoever like collects them, that's like.
Yeah. This is a good mix.
Now, I do have a question for you with Strawberry Lemonade. Do you have any quilt-alongs you're thinking of doing in the future?
I do.
You do?
Actually.
Because I've been thinking, I'm like, do I want to do one? Because I love it so much.
I actually have a new pattern that's actually not quite available yet. It's called my Jelly Roll Sampler.
Oh, yes.
And
okay, cool.
So National Jelly Roll Day is in September. I can't remember the exact date, but I am going to have that pattern available before then. And
announce it, yes.
Yeah, and then, but of course, people won't be able to use this fabric collection, but.
That's very cool. I think you did mention that to me. Yeah.
We'll have to look at a sew along once the fabric is available, because I feel like people are going to want to sew along with this fabric, and that won't be until it ships in January.
Yeah.
So
shipping date is January for Strawberry Lemonade.
Yeah. So if you love it, what you see, please let your favorite shop owner know, because they are in the ordering process now.
Yeah. I have thought about doing one when the fabric ships, but I'm not sure. I'm like, Botanical Remix, one of my new quilts is a boxed kit with Moda.
That would be a fun sew along.
Wouldn't it be so fun?
That would be.
So my original quilt, Botanical, this was inspired. It's kind of like the version 2 of it. It's awesome. Yeah. But then I thought the row quilt, I have a row quilt. If you've seen the catalog, you might have seen a video of this already. Yeah. But the row quilt is cute too. And the reason I wanted to design a row quilt, kind of like Summer Slice is the name of the pattern, is because when we were in California at Beach Cities, I watched my mom teach a row quilt class.
Yeah.
And I was so inspired because you designed that with Favorite Things. And it was such a fun class. The women were like, it was like house block here and star block here. And it was very cool how she ran it. And I was very impressed with it.
Row quilts are good for sew-alongs.
They're great
because they can make just all of the blocks in that row over the week. So
and I had a lot of fun designing really unique blocks for this row quilt. It was Mom. I got to give her credit. I'm going to talk about it in the Summer Slice video. Mom really saved me. Oh. There is a watermelon block that is adorable.
It's so
cute.
And
Mom really helped me kind of fine tune the way we would, design that.
Put that together.
Yeah, put that together. It was very cool of her to help me out. She took time out of her day to do that, which was very cool. So
it was fun.
But no,
Are there any brand new colors in this collection that you've never used, or have you pretty much used them all? But like I know you mentioned earlier, you haven't paired some of them together before. But is there anything like brand new to your collections?
I feel like have used them all.
Really?
Yeah, which color are you thinking we haven't?
The lighter aqua. I just feel like
it's more of a mint.
Touch of
it
a
is
mint
minty.
More than we've done before.
Yeah, it definitely is minty. You're right on that. It's got more of that green in it.
Yeah.
The darker green is Bountiful Blooms.
Yeah, and also the teal is in Bountiful Blooms.
Is it the same one?
They look really good together.
Oh.
I don't know if they're exact, but I actually went and put some Bountiful Blooms together with it. And I was like, oh, wow. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
So there are some.
The citrine we've used, the pinks, the pink is actually Simply Delightful. A lot of these, the basics from Simply Delightful will coordinate with them. The orange, the pink, the red is our signature. Like, we use that one all the time.
Yeah. And the orange is a little bit brighter than Summer Sweet. It's a little bit
Yeah, that one was but it
More
is
of a
the same.
tangerine
It's
kind
the
of.
same orange from Simply Delightful.
Okay, right.
So
right.
those coordinate as well.
Right.
So if you have Simply Delightful, you could mix and match some of those colors in it.
And I will have a blog post with the Bella coordinates too. I don't know if it will have already posted by the time this airs or not, but it will be on the blog very soon if it's not. And if it is already up, we'll put a link in the description.
Yeah.
So, but if not, it'll be up soon.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things to post about with this
There's
collection.
a lot of things to post about, but we're really excited about it and feeling grateful. And it's just the right time of year. It's July right now, and it's making me really happy. But then what's great about a January release is you can start getting your projects together for spring and summer.
Right.
And that's always really, really fun too.
Right.
To do.
Yeah.
We have a lot. We each have a good group of patterns. We'll be sharing those videos over the coming weeks and talking more in detail about those, and just feel extra grateful for that.
Yeah. And be sure to go check out that video if you haven't already, where we walk you through all of the prints.
All of the prints and the colors as well.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. We love this collection. We love talking about it. We probably could have kept going. And we just want to let you know that next week will be a listener question episode. So we will jump right back into the hows, whats, and whys and how-tos of quilting topics.
Yeah.
We appreciate all those questions. And there is still time if you have a question to
submit them.
Submit them, yeah. So because we are going to be taping that episode fairly just a few days before it airs. So yeah, we would love those questions. And we are really grateful for the opportunity to talk today about strawberry lemonade.
Thanks so much for stopping by.